Good morning, TikTok. Happy new week to you. Dion here. And I wanted to share with you something very close to my heart that happened this weekend, because I think it will have a message for you somewhere in there. So this weekend, I went with my girls to the beach. So my daughter and my granddaughter and we ventured off to Brighton. It's in the south of England on the coast. It's a pebble beach. It's not a sandy beach at all. It's just got millions and millions of pebbles. I love stone. I really love stone. And so one of my favorite things to do when I go to the beach is to find just one pebble, one stone amongst the millions of stones that line the beach. And it's been a practice of mine. Usually I pick up more than one. But it was a game that I was playing with my granddaughter yesterday. And the challenge was to find the one stone that spoke to you, the one stone that really felt like yours to keep, yours to take away. And so we spent hours scouring the beach. We had this pile of ones that we liked because we really do like them. I'm really surprised that she likes them as much as I do. I don't know what it is about stone, but it feels really good to hold it and play with it. I really enjoy it. And yeah, my granddaughter loves it too. So we have this like huge pile of stones. Bianca, not Bianca, Elsa Grace, my granddaughter, decided that we'd make two piles. That we'd make one pile was like kind of like them, and another pile was like, yeah, definitely. And our definite pile was really big, and the maybe was also quite big. So it wasn't. I don't know what she was thinking around that, but. The plan was to find one stone that we would take away. This was mine. She found one. And what I'm really trying to teach her is that it doesn't have to make sense to anyone. That there is this kind of inner knowing when you find the one, that there is a guidance system within each of us that we can use to make decisions. And I really loved playing on the beach yesterday, finding the one stone that speaks to us because I saw my granddaughter getting in touch with that internal navigation system, getting in touch and learning how to hear and to trust that inner knowing, that inner voice, that inner nudge that says, yeah, this one. I told her, she kept coming up to me in the beginning saying, what do you think of this one, Grandma? And I said to her, Baba, what do you think of it? Is it speaking to you? What's it saying to you? Like, how do you feel about this one? And then she would tell me, yeah, I kind of like it. I said, well, it sounds like a maybe then. And or she would say, yeah, no, I love this one. And I say, oh, baby, that's so important that you hear that, that you feel that, that you notice how you're feeling, that you love this one. That's so important. You mustn't ignore that, I told her. And so I'm telling you this today to one, share my stone, to share my story, a bit about me. I love stone and I love being on pebble beaches and finding the stone that speaks to me. But also, I think this is a wider message about one, raising queens. It's my calling to raise queens, no less in my home as I am professionally. And then there is this kind of message for us about this inner voice, this inner knowing, this nuanced way of feeling, navigating, experiencing the world that is yours uniquely, that is mine uniquely, and developing the trust in that, developing the connection with that, the knowing of that, the familiarity with that voice, with that knowing, with that intuitive hit, that intuitive guidance. Because I tell you what, leadership really requires it now. We are in a season where the demands are high for us to change the way that we see and do business. This isn't just more tactics, this is not just more strategy. A spiritual and sovereign revolution is required in business and the way that business impacts society. And this is a senior leadership issue, which means that it is a call for senior leaders to develop the inner faculty that will guide how they lead in this new season. That voice is a key, is a code, is a critical component to our leadership at such a time as this. So, do you hear that voice inside? Do you acknowledge it? See, the opposite of that would be the kind of reactive consciousness, reacting to what is, following the leader, following what's always been done, you know, trying to fit in, trying to be acceptable, trying to align with what's been deemed as normal or required or expected. But when we listen to that inner voice inside, it doesn't always line up with what's expected out here. It doesn't always sound like everybody else. It doesn't always sound like what's already been said. It doesn't always sound like what's already been done. It's not already aligned with what already exists. Sometimes there's this deep inner guidance to your particular medicine, your particular frequency, your particular sound. And the time for that voice is now. I encourage you to listen out. Listen out for your own cues this week. Listen out for your own voice. Listen out for what you really think, not what you know what's normal to think. What do you really think? What do you really feel about the things that you'll talk about and engage with this week? I'm excited to hear. Dion Johnson, I coach senior leaders. I'm excited about you embodying your highness and showing up sovereign. See you later.